So I'm finally getting around to building the winch bumper for my truck. As you look here, I've got the foundation plate and I got all the holes for the winch. And it's all set up and I got nuts welded on and it's just bolted up. So anyway, I need a couple of support brackets. The brackets are going to go in each of the corners against the side where the old factory bumper mounted, because I got bolts along this back side here with reinforced nuts, and I reinforced the frame with just, you know, like the rings so it doesn't pull out of the hole. You can see where some of the holes are kind of close to the edge. So what I came up with, I was wanting to do the plasma cutter because it's so fast and it's so efficient, but the problem was the holes are sloppy and I want nice clean bolt holes. And so you may look at these and think, well, those are pretty nice. I developed this tool. I cut a little piece of steel down like a nut to where it was just that outside ring of it, and then I welded it onto a piece of scrap that I had. And what I do is I'll mark just the center of the hole. It's easy to just take a piece of paper, trace out what you want, and then just take the pencil and poke a hole. And then you transfer that paper onto here and you just mark the center, and then I take my plasma cutter, which is a drag contact plasma cutter. It's a CUT50DX, and I just put it on the dot and I just hold down the trigger and just let it spray everywhere as everything goes to the sides, and that's what it's meant to do. It's got a little plus cut into it so that the gases and the slag can find an escape. So that's what I've done. I got a teeny little hole in the middle there. I've got this clamped on, so I start in the same spot. And this is an oval shaped one. So I start it and just go to the edge, and then you'll see me go in a circle a couple of times. As I said, this one's an oval, but I just got a circle, so what's all the hubbub of that? Take your chisel, knock your slag off. You just take this and then just put it alongside your two holes. You kind of get an idea for about where to hold it. In this case, I'm actually going to just freehand it. And then you go to the other side and just do the same thing. And then you've got an oval hole. It's hard to drill an oval hole with your drill, but it's easy to do it with a plasma cutter. The easiest way is to stamp it out, but whatever. So the next thing I'm going to do on this is I'll line this up with my level and just clamp that down on this side so I don't cut it. Check to make sure that the line is centered on the gun. So I'm going to be going along the side of this, but there's a distance between the center of the tip and the side that you have to account for. Alright. I think I cut into my stool a little bit on that one. So I'll take this, switch sides, switch to the dog side. It's easiest if you pull it rather than push it, so I'm going to start over here. This is 1/4 inch steel. I'm going to have to move this. It's boogieing through, it's just mild steel, but I get all my holes cut out first, and then I'll just do one continuous cut. That way it's smoother. And cut the tops of these together at the same time. I need another pair of vice grips here. But you can get really nice results. I've been happy with it, you know, by using the straight edge Ideally, you want a high quality plasma cutter that's non-contact, but for the money it's very difficult to compete with the drag gun. I have to put this one here because it's just the way it is. I want that closer. Every time you see a big flash up, that means I'm not getting all the way through. If you're cutting something heavy, that could be a really good thing that you're not getting through and it holds it so it doesn't drop it on your foot. But for the most part, you don't want that. Like this, that didn't cut very well at all. I'm going to have to do it over again. The unfortunate thing is that you'll do it again, but you're cutting instead of on the smooth surface, you'll be cutting on just, you know, like all this slag and all this crap. You can chisel it off and that's going to help, but it's still not going to be as easy as it would be to go your first pass and to just be smooth and go slow. I got some here too. This is operator error, that's what I'm saying. So if you hit that with the hammer, that'll come off. I'm making this look horrible. Sometimes when I get on camera, I get all shy. Especially on stuff like this where I'm still quite a beginner, just kind of learning. Sometimes it's a good idea to teach while you're learning something because the things that are pertinent to you at the moment are often good teaching points. Anyway, want to see? See, those are the holes, and that's the cuts, so to say. Man, that should come off. Look at all that slag just holding it together. There's a good bit of steel right there. Probably good to show you the slag knot as well. Might as well. Are you able to see that? Now you can. I need some pulse music while I do this. Some of that Alfred Hitchcock stuff. It's a good way to prepare for the zombie apocalypse when you need to stab through, you know, like skull material or something. Good old zombie apocalypse. Alright. So now what I'm going to do, now that the air compressor quit, I'm going to just go back over it and just hit these little spots. that I can see our barring separate. It's amazing how strong steel is, even if it's only the strength of a paper clip. It's so strong. Kind of feel the line to trace it. Alright, it wants me to wait. That's one of the unfortunate things of this particular drag gun. And we're good. I'm just going to trim this off because I'm going to use it. Actually, I think I'm going to put a bolt hole in it first. I'm going to do a bolt hole to a little bracket. I'm going to put on a piece in there so that I can just anchor it with that. So anyway, eye protection off, face the camera. That's a little update on how my project's going. So my little brackets, you know, it's as easy as tracing with a marker, and you just get them done and then just stick them in place and weld them on. The MIG gun, it's like using a glue gun. Having the right tools for the job sure makes it a lot easier. Not that this particular plasma cutter is the best you can get, but for the money and for the frequency that I use it, I like it pretty well. Cheers.